Hey guys, welcome to this video, and today I want to talk about before we go into Facebook ads. I want to talk about some important Facebook ad metrics. These are metrics you will need to understand if you want to if you want to create campaigns on Facebook, and this is important because this is what you will be looking. Okay, this is the things that I'm going to tell you if your ads are good, if your ads are bad, if you need to change them, if they're being profitable or if not. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that you are going to pay for 1,000 impressions. You are always going to pay for 1,000 impressions. What that means, that each time Facebook shows your ad to someone, right? That's called an impression, right? If it shows it again to the same person, that's called another impression, right? So each time Facebook shows you ad 100 times, it's going to charge you an amount. How much is that? Is that amount depends on other advertising, on other advertisers. How much money are people offering to Facebook in order to show the ads? It's like an auction. But this can go up or it can go down according to a lot of variables. One of them being the engagement of your ad. The second being like the click-through rate, like the amount of how much people like the ad. So that's going to matter, right? Now you have two types of metrics. You have the front-end metrics, which is the ones that you're going to be seeing, the ones that are going to tell you if your ad is working, and you have the back-end metrics, which is basically the ones that don't are on Facebook control, that you cannot control on Facebook, and you have to control them on your landing page, on your site, on your business itself, but they affect also how the ad is going to work. So the first metric you need to understand is CPM. This cost per 1,000 impressions. This is how much Facebook is going to charge you to show the ad to 1,000 people, right? The second metric you need to understand is cost per click. Now, Facebook shows the ad to 1,000 persons, but some of that people are going to click the ad, not all of them. That cost is going to how many people click the ad, and if you divide the total cost of the ad divided in the total people that clicked on it, you are going to know which is the cost per click, right? And you also need to, this is strictly related with this other metric, which is CTR. Click-through rate. So what is the percentage of people that are seeing the ad and that are clicking on it? If you have a CTR of 2 or 3%, that's good, right? If you have it on 5%, that's excellent. You are doing really good. If you have it below 2%, you can improve. So make sure to change your ad, maybe go to a video, maybe go to an image, change the writing, change the copyright, change the title, change things, play around it to see if you can get this click-through rate around 2 to 3%, maybe higher. I have had ads that had up to 6% CTR, so that's pretty possible, and that's really good, right? This can also be affected by segmentation. So maybe if you have a low CTR, may not be that the ad is bad. It may be that the segmentation is bad, right? Now, another metric you need to have is link clicks. Now, how does this work? Link clicks is how many people click in the ad and actually went and actually click it on the link, right? Because why you may be asked, hey, all the clicks are going to the link, right? And not necessarily. If, for example, you have a video ad, some clicks may be for playing the video. If, for example, you have a video, if you have an ad, people can click and like the ad or share it, and that are also clicks and not necessarily link clicks, not necessarily clicks to go to the site where you want people to go. So link clicks is another metric, how many people are clicking on the ad and actually clicking on the link to go to your website, right? Now, this is another metric you need to understand is outbound clicks. What is this? Is that is how many people actually land to your website. So this is not the same, and I'm going to highlight it here. This is not the same as link clicks, okay? It's not the same. People can click on the link and they may not actually go to your website. they may stay in the video. They may just click by mistake, or they just click and the website takes too long to load, so people go away, or they may click and they in an instant they change their mind, so they go back. Anything can happen, so you need to be aware of how more outbound clicks are you getting, how more page views are you getting from those clicks. That Facebook can tell it to you. And if I have in a personal experience, I once had an ad that had a 6% CTR, had a really cost per click, really cost per CPM. It was really low. It was working extremely well on these metrics, but it was not converting anything. And when I went to see what was happening, the problem was this, right? People were clicking on the ad, but they were not landing on the website. They were not going into the website. And I understood that because this metric, the outbound clicks, was extremely low in comparison with the clicks with the link clicks that the ad was getting, right? Now the next thing is backend metrics, right? What are backend metrics? Backend metrics are those metrics that you need to also to understand, but are not directly dependent on your Facebook ad. So that means, for example, how are people engaging on your website? Are people reading it? Are people clicking on taking the action you want to click, right? How much this is cost you? So to go to an example, let's go over here. Let's say that you receive this is backend metrics, right? Or this is about backend metrics. So let's say you receive 1,000 page views. So from your ads, you received 1,000 people that got into your website. Now, how many of them went to actually went to the thank you page? So they send you the email, or they added to the cart whatever product you wanted to see. Let's say they were 700, right? And from those 700, let's say 500 actually initiated checkout, right? And from those, let's say 300 actually made a purchase, right? Now, let's say your total cost for the amount that Facebook charged you for these 1,000 page views was, let's say it was 100 USD, right? 100 USD. So, and you made from these 1,000 people that went into your site, you made 200 purchases. Let's say they were purchases of $1, so you made $300, right? To keep things simple. So your actual cost per purchase is 100 divided into 300, right? So it was about 30 cents per purchase. Of course, those are just invented numbers. Those are not real numbers. But I need you to understand that you need to be clear how much are you paying per purchase, and that's the backend metrics. Now, you also need to know how this flow is going, because maybe you may find that, for example, you are getting let's say 700 initiate checkouts and just 300 purchases. So you are using, just so you understand that you are using 500 people over here, right? So if you understand that, the problem is that maybe you are not making sales, but the problem is not on your ad. The problem is over here in this step in the initial checkout to the actual purchase, right? Or it can happen anyway. So you can maybe you are getting 100 page views, but you are getting just just 200 add to carts, right? Just 200 people are adding the thing to the cart. So you know that you are using here you are using here 800 people. So you understand that the problem might be here and might not be on the ad, right? So this is something really important, and I want you to, and that's why I want you to understand. Now, tomorrow we're going to actually see how is this going to help you to know if you are profitable or not. So guys, that's it for today. Remember that if you want help with your ads, if you want me to help you run, to give you advice, If you want me to tell you a little bit more about this is just the tip of the iceberg. So remember to text me or schedule a call with me if we're going to have a friendly conversation, and we're going to see what we can do with it. So see you tomorrow, guys.